Kia ora to everyone across the Coromandel. I'm Angus Hines here at MetService. This is an update on Cyclone Gabrielle as it moves eastwards near the Coromandel still. It has brought extensive severe weather across the region in the past couple of days. We've seen a lot of damage and destruction due to both the heavy rain and the very, very strong wind. The numbers we're talking about for rain and wind are big. These are significant numbers, 150 km/h wind gusts for the islands around the Coromandel. On the mainland, we're looking at about 100 km/h for those coastal towns and cities. The rain has been humongous once again, 300 millimetres at Pinnacle's Hut up there in the mountains, about 117 or so in Whitianga for 36 hours. That is a lot of rain for an urban centre, and anywhere in the country that would cause some major disruption and damage. However, it's even more significant because it's falling on the Coromandel, which has already been subjected to such extensive rain and flooding over the past weeks and months. So no surprises that we've had so much impact from the passing of Cyclone Gabrielle. Now let's take a look at where we're positioned now and what we're looking at going forward. This is satellite imagery of the current point of view of Gabrielle. It's centred here north of the Bay of Plenty, and it's moving eastwards away from the Coromandel, but its impact is still extensive. We've got this broad region of cloud across lots of the country, still some heavy rain in many areas, but the rain has cleared the Coromandel for the most part. The heavy falls are now central New Zealand, Gisborne seeing further rain, Northland seeing a further sting in the tail, but across the Coromandel a much drier outlook for Tuesday afternoon. A few little bits and pieces of patchy rain, but we are tending drier this afternoon, this evening and tomorrow as well. Because of that, the heavy rain warning in your area has finished. There is no longer a heavy rain warning active. However, there could still be some wet weather impacts. Rivers and streams are still riding really, really high, so do steer clear of those. And of course, floodwaters can take a long time to recede, so stay out of floodwaters and minimise your travel. That said, even though there is no longer any rain warnings, as Gabrielle moves eastwards over the next 12 hours or so, very strong southerly winds will continue to hit areas including the Coromandel Peninsula, and that means we have maintained some wind warnings for the top of the country. For the Coromandel, it is an orange wind warning through until midnight on Tuesday night. Could see southerly to southwesterly winds gust up to 120 km/h through exposed parts of the region, potentially causing further wind damage. So the key points: rain has either cleared or continuing to clear over the next few hours. Dry for this evening, mostly dry for tomorrow, but the wind is still a worry, and that can cause further damage to trees, slips, further power outages, which can take a long time to return. It's really difficult going there to get the grid back up and running at the moment. And of course, those really strong winds can make difficulty travelling, particularly over ridge lines, so high-sided vehicles and motorbikes in particular. But of course, everyone is advised to reduce your travel at the moment. Then looking ahead over the next few days as we move from the weather to the recovery, the cleanup over the next few days, the upper North Island is going to be subjected to some showery weather conditions. None of the upcoming rain looks to carry anything like the intensity of what we've seen in the last few days, but nonetheless, some further showers are probable on Thursday and then again this weekend. So we're not completely dry ahead, but we do have a slightly brighter outlook as the cleanup begins. As per usual, stay on the pulse with the latest information from emergency services, civil defence, and of course your weather information can be found right here at metservice.com. That's it from me. Stay safe everyone, look after yourselves, your whānau and friends.